Hello everybody, before I begin my speech, this is the outline that I'm going to be referring to. Have you ever thought about how your everyday choices, like driving to class, ordering food, or leaving the lights on, might be affecting the planet? What if one of the biggest threats to your future isn't something you can see, but something you contribute to every single day? That invisible threat is your carbon footprint, the total amount of greenhouse gases produced by your daily activities. As high school and college students, we don't often think about how our habits affect the environment, but research consistently shows that carbon emissions are rising and accelerating climate change. Some reasons I think you should listen to my speech today are because I viewed and analyzed several scholarly articles over carbon footprint and have read research from multiple scientific studies. Some of the topics I'm going to be explaining today are why carbon emissions are increasing, how human activity contributes to the problem, and why both individual and collective action are necessary to reduce our carbon footprint. First off, carbon emissions are increasing at dangerous levels. Global carbon dioxide emissions have continued to rise, reaching extremely high levels in recent years. This isn't just a small environmental issue, it's more of a growing global crisis. According to a 2025 study published in Nature Communications, they state that global carbon emissions have reached record highs and are still increasing, putting us at risk of exceeding critical climate limits. If we continue at this pace, some scientists say that we could face really bad, more extreme weather, rising sea levels, and long-term environmental change, which is really bad for us and the planet in the long run. Second off, human activity is a primary driver of climate change. Activities like burning fossil fuel, deforestation, and industrial production release massive amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These are things that are deeply embedded into our daily lives, how we travel, what we consume, and how energy is produced. A study published by MDPI explains that human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrialization are the leading causes of greenhouse gas emissions. As a result of this, we're starting to see some more global rise in temperatures, stronger storms, and damages to ecosystems around the world, which is once again bad for the planet and bad for us in the future. Finally, reducing our carbon footprint requires both individual and collective action. It's easy to think that our choices don't matter, but they do. Everyday actions like using less energy, reducing waste, or choosing more sustainable transportation can make a difference when multiplied across millions of us. At the same time, larger systems like governments and corporations also play a major role into this. According to research published in Frontiers in Sustainability, they state, meaningful climate solutions require both systemic changes and individual behavioral shifts in working together. So in other words, real change only happens when personal responsibility and larger scale action combine together. Overall, some people might argue that they are too busy or that their actions don't make a big impact, but the truth is small changes are often the starting points for bigger ones. When people change their habits, they influence others, shape demand, and even push for policy changes. To sum up some of my main points today, carbon emissions are rising, human activity is a major cause, and solving this problem requires action from both individuals and society. Reducing our carbon footprint is not optional. It is necessary to protect our future. So the next time you make a daily decision, how you get somewhere, what you buy, or how you use energy, remember this. The small actions may seem insignificant, but together they have the power to shape the future of our planet. Thank you for listening.